Yo, what is up, my people? Welcome to another episode of The Kicks Closet with your boy Shoe Beast, aka Zach. Man, I just wanted to say thank you guys so much for the love and support on the last episode. I know you guys love hearing from that wonderful lady. But hey, I have someone in the building, digitally, of course, right now, that, man, this guy, I can only hype him up so much because he's one of those, if you know, you know, but at the same time, if you don't know, you're about to know, and then your mind's going to get blown. That's how I feel about it. That's how I wanted to get him on the show. So without further ado, the man that made my logo, the man behind crazy graphics on the internet, Mr. NikeMD. What is up, my man?
Not much, bro. I appreciate you, man. Appreciate you having me on the show. And thanks for the intro, man. That was a whole lot.
Hey, man, I try to hype people up as much as possible because, you know, I used to do hip hop and stuff. So, like, anytime I was like, you know, with like another artist in my crew and stuff, I was always like hyping people up and stuff like that. So, and hey, man, and once people, you know, go ahead and plug yourself real quick so people can go on your pages and stuff and see what I'm talking about. See that I'm not bullshitting.
Oh, yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, no, I've been doing fashion for like over 10 years now. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at NikeMD_art.
At NikeMD_art. That's another reason why I wanted him on the show, because as long as I have known about this man and seen his graphics and seen him within the community that I'm in, I've always known that he's a fan of Nikes and sneakers, because this is always the name that he's gone by is NikeMD. Yeah, man, I had to get him on the show because I just got questions to ask for you, and also I don't know. I feel like you need to be around for some of the stuff that I got to say tonight. Because I got one little topic that I got to bring up that's a little. I'm sipping iced coffee right now, but it's low key some tea. It's not even really tea. It's just some like slick shit that I saw on the internet the other day, and I thought it would be worth bringing up. So you know, like. You know, like fakes are like a crazy bad thing in the sneaker industry now and stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sure you're privy to, you know, and keen to all the scams and everything that are going on. You know, like if it comes with a StockX tag not attached to it, and you know all the fake, all the fake stuff. So, anyways, there was this, and you know how like you'll see like a big influencer in your community, like and for you it may be like a big graphic artist or something, like, and they'll have like a crazy following, and they'll be like, you know, huge in the community, and so, you know, you got to follow them and see what the sauce is about. And I'm not gonna drop names. I'm not gonna do like some expose on this man or anything, but so I was, you know, I followed this dude, and what he does is, and there's going to be dogs barking from across the street. My dog's going to be well-behaved this whole episode because she's in the room and she's a well-behaved, almost 7-year-old pit bull. But this dog's across the street are some hellhounds, like for real. But anyways, so I followed this guy, and, you know, he's got like 125,000 followers, right? Number one sneaker flipper, blah, blah, blah. And what he does is he specializes in early pairs and getting them before the release date. You know what I'm saying? So that already to me is sus. You know what I'm saying? Almost all early pairs are very sus to me, because even J Balvin came out publicly not the other day, but like he even straight up said it. He was like, "Yo, any early pairs that have come out since before the release date, the official release, are fakes, because the shit's not done yet." You know what I'm saying? So anytime someone's like promoting that type of shit, I'm always a little like suspect. So, but anyways, you know, I'm watching the guy and I'm seeing him, and like I noticed like he does like these lives, and he'll do the live unboxings of the early pairs. He'll be like, man, I don't even know what's in the box, so let's just go ahead and unbox it and see. And I started noticing, like, in the videos, you know, when he would bring up, you know, he would be like, and the release date on these is, man, I don't even know, because we don't do release dates. So, like, I started being like, okay, so he doesn't even, like, really know the release schedule on this stuff either. I was like, all right, that's a little suspect, but but I kept it moving, you know. I was like, all right, and I'm not the type of person to, like, publicly blast on someone unless they strike first. And I was watching one of his unboxing videos the other night. I forget what it was. He was unboxing like a Jordan 3 or some, I don't know, something. And I got screenshots of it. It's funny. I got screenshots of it. And then I started noticing the stuff beyond it. But he was unboxing the shoe, and his biggest mistake is when he took the second shoe out of the box, because under that was an unhooked StockX tag with the StockX sticker. And he had already shown like a receipt from like the plug that he got it from. And like even he looked down in the box for a split second. Like I've got the screenshots. I'm gonna send it to you, bro. And like he looked for a minute and he was like, "Oh fuck," you know what I mean? So shit was funny, yeah. So and I noticed like quite a few people, not quite a few, but a few people that I follow this guy. So, and he does like, he's got like a OnlyFans, but not like an adult OnlyFans, like subscribe to my free OnlyFans and I'll give you the plug on shoes type shit. But yeah, I thought that would be funny to bring up.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. I laughed and I sent it to a few of my people and stuff, and they
like,
thought it.
Like, the thing I want to know, like from him, is like what was going through his head when he realized everybody saw like the tag and like the
Right.
receipt. Like I just want to know what his thought process was. Like he wasn't like, oh crap.
And talk about the most ironic thing right now. I just got a pop-up notification talking about he just went live. I'm not gonna even say who it is, but he just went live. That's great. That's, man, his ears were fucking burning. That's funny, but shit, man. So yeah, you're obviously awesome in graphic design. So I gotta know. So like, how long have you been into graphic design? Like really into it? Did you self teach yourself? Did you go to school for it?
So it's a little bit of both. So like,
Gotcha.
In middle school, they taught us how to use Photoshop because I went to a creative or performing arts middle school. So I went to an art school from middle school.
Gotcha.
And that was in the late 90s. So like just think late 90s, like Photoshop, whatever that was like. And,
that OG.
We were using that because they were just teaching us different stuff. But we originally learned how to do all the art stuff. I did this media stuff. But we learned how to shoot on like 35mm cameras, developing a darkroom, water chemicals and stuff. So I was doing that in middle school.
Yeah.
And then they were bringing us the digital stuff, so I started using Photoshop then. And then in high school, I really started getting into it, doing stuff for like friends and stuff. And I didn't really get into it like seriously until I got to college. And our school was just like the computer labs were back end computers. So it was like the Mac side and the PC side. So the first time I got my hands on the Mac, and Photoshop in there for free, and I could just use it whenever I wanted to. And
you got that student suite. Yeah, the cheeks.
Exactly. So like we went in there and like I didn't even know this was my first degree in school for graphic design. It was computer programming, and I ended up switching to business because computer programming was way more boring than I thought it was going to be.
Yeah.
And I was making like, since I'm from Pittsburgh, I was making like Steelers backgrounds and stuff from my computer.
Right.
Just mess around with that. And then one of my boys who did graphic design was just showing me different little things. So I just picked it up from there and then decided I wanted to go to art school for another degree. So I went for another after the business one because I started my own graphic design studio.
Double up.
Art school, and then they taught me how to use all the tools the right way. And I took some of my creativity and how I was using before, kind of mixed that knowledge, and then just kind of took off from there, bro.
Yeah, no, that's low-key smart too. That because because a lot of people, I spoke on this with with Johnny on the podcast that I did with him. Like a lot of people, there's certain people that will be visionaries, and there's certain people that will be artists, and there are certain people that will know how to translate it to marketing, and then there's certain people that will know how to bring it to a business level to make it monetarily worth something. So like, man, always, I didn't personally go to college, and for the people watching this and listening to this, go to college. Don't get face tats and shit like me. Like, I'm happy, but like, go to college. Figure something out. But yeah, I mean, I'm stoked I don't have debt, but that's cool. But I mean,
I'll say this while we on that real quick, like about the college piece.
Yeah.
Is it's not mandatory to go to college and still, be successful. But I'll say the thing that it did, it wasn't so much I went to college, like after going to college, it wasn't so much the thing that I got from it the most wasn't like the stuff that they taught you in the classroom.
Right, like the textbook.
All the stuff you learn like outside of the classroom, being around people from like all over, from different backgrounds as you.
Right.
It just broadened your scope that way. I think that was the biggest thing I learned from college.
I could see that. Because like up until high school, you don't really know much more than like your town and stuff. Feel that. Facts.
Not just on like the social piece, but just like knowing from other people from other places all around the world too, like what other people are doing, like what other cultures are doing, what other people doing business and stuff in other places.
Right.
And when you leave there, you got these contacts of people who are like all over, that you can pull from when you're done. So like that's one of the biggest things I think is that people downplay about college, don't speak on about college.
Right.
Think about the degree and then, having that, being that resume and stuff. And that's definitely there. But it's that stuff you learn outside, the connection outside that was really the big thing.
I mean, obviously you see like that's obviously a factor because, I mean, what are college students suffering from the most right now? Not being able to, congregate, so to speak, get together and actually learn together and in person type stuff. So I mean, I could definitely see that because that's really the opinion I've always had on like homeschooling. Like, like the people that I know that have been homeschooled, like, bro, they don't function the same, man. Like they don't.
Yeah, that's facts.
They don't, and no disrespect, it's just they don't function the same because like they were up in like when we were around all these different kids, they were just in there, with their parents. So they didn't really know they didn't get much more perspective because I really believe perspective is everything. Like, you could solve a whole problem just by thinking of things in a different perspective. And that's why I like being this. I mean, of course, I don't know what not being dyslexic feels like, but like I enjoy and accept being dyslexic and I embrace it because I know that like I process thoughts and solving problems differently. I look at it from a different way. You know what I'm saying? So I guess that's really, it's, I don't know, man. You just gotta learn how to get it your own way, I guess. But so as far as the graphic design goes, like when did it converge with like, I'm gonna go ahead and put in quotes, like the industry that you and I are privy to?
Got it. So like when I was a kid, like when I mean a kid, I mean like young.
Yeah.
Like I kind of like you, like there was a like you. Most people like somewhere along the line something happens and like you see something or something that sparks sexually even before like you like puberty or anything. Like
hell yeah,
you're into that thing. So for me that was like real early.
Of course.
And then also with the whole giants and stuff, like the size fetish stuff.
Got you.
Like that was, I think like there was a remake of Attack of the 50-Foot Woman with Daryl Hannah when I was like 5 or something. It came on TV.
Yeah.
That was the first time I seen anything like that. And I was like, oh, okay, like that sparks something in my head. Cool. So like even from like that young age, like it was, from a young age, like those things were kind of carried with me, kind of developed as I developed too. So like it was like this sideline thing, like along everything else that I was doing. And so when I got college for the first time, I think for my first degree, like the recession hit. And right along that time, like, I couldn't find any work. And before then, like I was doing little, size edits and stuff like that on a forum back in the day called Giants of City. So like I was just messing around. I did like one or two things just because I was just learning how to do stuff.
Right.
And then when the recession hit, like I was sitting there, I couldn't find work, so I decided to just make stuff on there for fun, like on that forum, and I just kept posting stuff. People really liked it, so I just kept doing it, and that's how it kind of built, because I had all this time. And the other thing about that too was that was the time where I really made a jump just in my skill set, in Photoshop, just generally, because I was working so much. I was putting so much time in doing those, because like I was honestly the thing was keep me from being depressed because I couldn't find no job. So my mom was crazy.
Dude, facts.
Exactly. So like there was no work. Like McDonald's and stuff wasn't even hiring at the time, and so like I was just doing that, hoping for stuff, and then when I finally got a job, it was because I think it was because my skills was right at that point where I was able to to do things I wasn't even able to do when I graduated college, because I had just been doing tutorials trying to learn how to make more art better, and then it made everything else better.
Right.
It was this weird. I'll say this right now too, because it's even true now. Like almost everything I do, in like my vanilla stuff, has been built by doing, fetish like industry stuff.
Facts.
Like, that's my passion, and like I usually learn the most doing that stuff, and then it carries over to my vanilla stuff. So all that stuff has made me just better on both ends.
1000%. I mean, I'll straight up say, like, I don't even know if I've told you this, but like, and people are like surprised whenever I say this. Like, I was talking to a model about this the other day, and like, I mean, like, I know I take like good pictures and stuff. Like, I'm not gonna like sit here and like downplay myself, but like, I didn't pick up a camera until 2 years ago. With the industry. That's the reason why I picked the camera up. That's the first time I took a picture outside of on a phone on like an actual camera. So, it was because I was with a model and I felt like I wanted to take the pictures and take them to the next level. So that's really where my photography came with that. And then I started filming and editing. I mean, that's where I'm that's where I'm going to learn how, the skills that I learned how to edit videos, in there. That's what I'm going to use to edit this up, so there's pros and cons to it, give me 1 second. So yeah, I mean, like at the end of the day, you can take hella skills from like other stuff and just put it towards it. And I mean, from what you said, I mean, it really sounds like it was really like a steel sharpening steel type of situation where you just kept grinding at your work until it became something worthy,
100%, man. That's honestly what it was. Like, and like I get like the DMs and like emails, man, the DMs like from people all the time who are like asking me, how I do this or how I do that, or like I want my work to look like yours, or I want this type of following, whatever. And the thing I always say, bro, it's because people or the folks famous one is they ask like, what app am I using? Like, how do I get my stuff?
Right.
Like that. Like, what app is it? And it's like, bro, like I use Photoshop, but you don't realize like how much work I put in. Like I've made over 1,000 pieces. Like
like it's not just it's just not
realize like how much work it takes. And I think that's the biggest thing like that people don't realize about that is you gotta be, if you want to be good at something, like it has to be something you're passionate about. And like I'm more passionate about this type of work, industry work, than I am about the vanilla stuff. But vanilla stuff pays and industry stuff pays, so like I can keep both. But like I don't know if I was just only doing vanilla stuff that I would be where I'm at now in terms of where in terms of my skill level. It's because that type of stuff I'm passionate about, and when I'm putting the hours in, it doesn't feel like I have to push myself to do it. So like I've been able to put those hours in easily in quotation marks to get to the point where like the skill level where it's at.
Yeah, I mean, dude, it just gets to the yeah. I mean, you just gotta pull from every life experience at the end of the day. Like if you don't soak in everything, like even on like you said, like you were doing it at a time like when it wasn't paying you anything, but like you were doing it just to like tame your anxiety or your depression. I mean, sometimes you just gotta like you got to just go for stuff and just do it regardless and just create and just keep creating and just keep creating and just keep stacking and until it works, you know what I mean? And then and like you and the thing you said about, you know, people always asking about like, you know, like what apps do you use and stuff. Yeah, like there's only so many programs and you know, hardware and software for like I guess there's only so many like mediums I guess to say, but it really comes down to the person, you know, finding their own sauce and you know finding their you know how to mix. Because I always see like the little like how to you know like those little like 60-second reels on Instagram that'll be like how to get like the glossy look out of a pic, and like the dude will show like his exact like Lightroom levels and stuff like that, like. Oh, that takes so much time. I'm sure that takes so much time to just like get down, you know?
It does, particularly like the photo, it's even photo editing. Like I've gotten to the point where like when I'm editing like a size art pic where I can get it done. I can get a simple one pretty much done in like 30 to 45 minutes depending on what it is. And maybe quicker if I'm the one who took the picture from the back end thinking about it. So like the stuff that I do with my tours that you see on my page, like
right.
I took those pics. So like I already prepared for all the editing stuff in the back end that I do, and then from there it makes the
You cutting out a little bit, bud. There you go.
oh no, yeah, I mean, yeah.
There you go.
It literally comes down to your assets. Process.
You said it comes down to the assets and the process?
Yeah.
Okay.
Your assets and your process, like the stuff you had before, and then like you said before, the sauce, like your sauce, your own mix of how you do things.
Yeah. I mean that's big facts because you can buy the lenses, you can buy the software, you can buy the cameras and everything, and then you gotta learn how to just work it. I mean that's really just it. But like I gotta know like because call dropped. Let's try to get this man back on. Let's see if he calls us first. So he don't play phone tag. It's an interesting episode. Hold up. To say the least. Let me get him back. My mans.
I'm back.
You good? That's what's up. It's fine. I mean, it's just like old school radio. Like we taking callers in and out. It is what it is. Oh, there he goes again. Oh man, that's why I love doing this stuff long form. Cause the shit will just happen, man. The shit will just happen, and I will lose my guest. We're gonna try again. Wrap some tinfoil around the top of your phone, man. So man, honestly, some of my favorite edits that you do are the space edits. The space edits of like the women in space, man, with the planets and everything. Because I'm really into space, so I mean, obviously, you draw a lot of inspiration from space too. I'm guessing. That's one of you.
That's literally inspired by Star Wars, man. Like Star Wars at a very young age, bro. Like,
Star Wars.
The first time I saw that movie, the original one, episode 4, New Hope, I was 10 or something.
Yeah.
And like that's literally all I was drawing for like like a month. Like, that's what I was just the big space battle. Like everything about the scale of that was like mesmerizing me. So when and it actually I started it when one of the models that I worked with on the reg, like her husband is a food photographer, so he takes like awesome pics. Like she has a food page, so he takes like awesome pics. And then like I was talking about how much I like some of the pics they did, and she was just like, "Yo, I'll just send you like the HD pics and just do something with them."
Hey.
And, like when I was looking at it, it just looked like if you took the background out of my head, it just looked like it was the way that her feet were like on the bed and the positions is almost like it was its own planet. So I just did that.
Got you.
Like that, I like how it turned out, and then sporadically from then on, I was doing stuff like that.
And it was the birth of that.
Exactly.
So you believe in aliens?
I was talking to a chick about this the other day.
About to say, hot take. Do you believe in aliens? Yes or no?
So, yes, but not the way people probably are thinking that.
Right.
Say, yeah.
Okay.
My whole take on that, and this whole thing we got into when I was talking to her, was I do believe in the possibility of aliens. I just don't believe it's likely.
Got you.
And the reason I say that is because everything that had to go right for life to exist on Earth went right. We're just far enough from the sun that it doesn't burn us to death, or we don't freeze to death like life.
You watched that Will Smith documentary, didn't you?
Yeah.
But yeah, but that one documentary he did about like One Strange Rock, he gives that speech about how fucking like how perfect the situation had to be for this to happen. And no, I feel you. But then I'm like then I'll be sitting there thinking and be like, what if they got something out there that breathes carbon monoxide? Trees do, you know what I'm saying? Or carbon dioxide, like, you know what I'm saying? Like just, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's out there. I try not to think about it too much because it gives me anxiety if I do. I don't know, dude, because like I feel like the like space is so, I mean, it's infinite. So, and like the human brain isn't built to comprehend the concept of infinity. That's why like it'll freak a lot of people out if they talk about it or think about it too much, because we have nothing to compare what forever is like at all. So, all right. You're obviously a Nike fan because that's what you go by, that as your name, NikeMD. So what are some of your favorite Nikes? He said, "Oof."
If I'm gonna go with my favorite Nikes, it probably has to be the ones like I own the most, which are LeBron's, man. Like, who's LeBron fan just generally, but like his sneakers. Those are the ones I gravitate towards the most in the Nike family.
Yeah.
So I probably got like 10 to 12 different pairs of LeBron.
Sheesh.
It's always from like three different series, which is the 15s, the 16s, and the 17s. I haven't got a pair of 18s yet. And then I got a pair of the John Elliott collab that he did with him when he took like the sole of the 8s. And then John Elliott did like a different upper, and I got a pair of those, and I actually got a second pair of those ones coming in right now from StockX.
Got you. Hey, that's what's up. So it's safe to say you're looking forward to the South Beach re-release.
No, that's not my colorway.
Hey, whoa.
That's with that color.
Sheesh, this might be the first person I've talked to that's not excited about the South Beaches. I won't lie to you. That's like because how old are you?
33.
33? Okay, so I'm about to be 30. So you're 3 years older than me. So I mean, yeah, you grew up a 90s kid. I feel like that, like that pink and that teal is just so like classic 90s. Because I mean, like you look at like the 90s like soda fountain cups, and it was like that teal and pink. I don't know. I love those colors, to be honest. It's a vibe. I'll be honest. I'd never rock that shoe. That's a hot take. To me, I can't wear something that loud, and I'm not a big fan of the way LeBron's like fit on me. Because I'm a size 13 and I'm 14 in some shoes, so just some shit fits weird. Like it just is what it is.
Yeah, start getting to those sizes, man. Like the half sizes are weird.
Sheesh.
It's just weird. When you're in the more common space, like it seems like they fit better because they make more of those molds.
Right.
Than you do when you start getting too small or too big. When you start getting out of that like 8 to like 12 range.
Mm-hmm. Man, and it just gets like hit or miss too, because after like size 13s, like I mean Nike quality control is like already notoriously shit, but like after those once after you get past like 13, those sizes, like there ends up just being like a lot of like glue and extra shit and stuff like that. Because I mean I can only imagine what it's like to try to like accurately scale a product, and I don't think people quite take that into consideration, that they're having to trying to equally scale a product down each size. So it is like a whole mathematical equation that they're trying to pull off, and Nike just doesn't pull it off 9 times out of 10.
I think honestly for them, it's more so about the cost analysis, because like I think they put more effort and time into those average sizes because they make more of them. And like the molds for those are like, for each of those things are like the ones they use over and over again.
Oh yeah.
And then once you start getting too small, too large, like those ones are ones they don't make as many of, and they're just like, all right, like, cool, like we're just trying to make these as fast and cheap as possible because we make all our money off of these 8s to like 12s. Really.
Exactly. Yeah, no, I completely agree. It's Nike has I don't know. I would hate to know exactly what it cost them to make a Jordan, but
oh yeah, that's why I never look it up.
Like I haven't Googled it because I don't want to know, and I'm sure it's on the internet, and someone's gonna comment and ruin my fucking life. But it is what it is. Okay, hot take. How do you feel about the announcement of Off-White Virgil Abloh Part 2?
Bro, I say get your money, man. Like, that's where I'm at. The thing is, like, if people are willing to pay enough to poach you or get you to do their stuff or whatever, like, and someone else ain't willing to pay, then do what you gotta do, bro.
Exactly.
Like 100%, because I went through that just in my professional career, where like the whole spot I was working for was like, I think they just kind of taking what I do for granted, my skill set for granted.
Yeah.
And then someone else offered me some more dough, and I made the move. And the whole place was offended that I didn't even give them like a chance to counter offer. I'm like, yo, y'all haven't paid me no money anyway. So like, why would I even do that? It's not the same exact situation, but like,
no, I feel you.
I have that mindset.
It comes. I mean, it all at the end of the day, both stories come down to there being a supply for something and a demand for something, and it all boils down to who has the supply and where the demand's at. And I mean, I saw so many resellers that like made a killing off of the PS5s and the Xboxes that just got shit on, and I was like, why? Like they went through they went through months ahead of time getting their pre-orders in line. They're the ones that are up at 6 a.m. Like the thing about reselling, and it frustrates me. because people don't quite take into the account like the premium that you're paying for the product is the fact that I was there and you weren't, and that it's not there anymore if you go there, or the fact that it's sold in my region and not in yours. And
See, like,
and
I have
it just
no.
I mean it just is what it is. Like it just comes down to people not like fully understanding like why I can charge $15 for a 20-ounce bottle of soda. Well, I mean, go check your local store. If they have it in the fridge, grab it for $2. If they don't, hit me up. It's that simple.
Like, and that's my, like, I don't have a problem with resale when it's done like you're saying. Like, I don't have an issue with that. My issue is when, like, a group or dudes will, like, program some bots and buy out, like, the stock that everyone, and that, you know, people who actually wanted it can't get it for retail.
Oh, yeah.
Like, I got no problem with, you know, hey, man, gold goes to, you know, GameStop or whatever he's at and buy some PS4s because these dudes over in, you know, Florida, there's no stock there. And
right.
I'm selling to you because, like, they was available here. I'm trying to make my money, so I'm going to put, like, an extra 50 or 100 or whatever it is on top of it. And if that's the people out there who are willing to pay that, cool. Like, my issue is when, all right, gold's like, all right, man, I'm going to put together this algorithm. I'm going to buy all the stock from PlayStation.com when it drives, and then I'm going to try to sell it to everybody because I'm just about that money. Like,
yeah.
At a certain point, like, it gets to the point where, like I said before with the whole Verge thing and stuff, like, I'm about getting your money, but, like, when it's detrimental to other people who actually want the product and they're getting a fair shot at it, like, that's when I'm like, all right, man, that's a little much. But
well, bro, I mean,
as a profession, it'll be like, hey, man, I ain't got that here. We got this here where you weren't able to get on the site. And I, you know, on my computer with my own hands was like, hey, I'm ordering these. I'm abiding by the rules. Whereas person,
I got them. The sneakers got them. Like
exactly. And then, like, you want these, pay me a little extra on top because you weren't able to get them. There it is.
No, I totally understand it. I mean, that's a reason why I've never invested in a bot. And it's hard to like invest my money in something that's like pissed me off so much, I guess is the best way to say. I don't know how other botters do it. I don't know how they make that first initial leap, because any successful sneaker bot out there is like $3K. So like you have to like spitefully be paying $3K. Like, you fucking son of a bitch. You fucked me out of so many shoes. So I mean, I don't know. I just and I mean, there's also some places around the world that are talking about outlawing computer botting. So I don't know if I'm just ready to hop on board whenever it's, you know, being, you know, outlawed in other countries.
Outlawed, and then, like, more sites are starting to take more action with.
Oh, hell yeah!
You know, making sure that the bots can't get through or do what they need to do. So, like,
Supreme did pretty good this season. Supreme, they added like a few things, and then all the foot sites, Foot Locker, Champs, all of them added all the InstaQ or whatever it was, and that fucked like the coding of all the bots. Like, they all had to go back and rewrite some shit, figure out a plan.
That's what I'd be hot with. Like, if I just drop $3,000 on something that don't even work no more.
Right. So yeah, I mean, yeah, I'm all for, because I'll do like, I'll put myself in a position where I can like hit manually as many times as I can. Like, I'll buy up a bunch of extra like iPhones and make a bunch of, you know, throwaway sneakers accounts, and I'll go to a certain link to try to up my chances, but I don't know. It is what it is. And then at the end of the day, whenever you bought shoes, that's whenever you have to add the cost of the bot into each shoe, what you paid to. You just, I don't know. It's just too much for me. It's too much for me. Have you seen the? Have you seen? Are you a fan of like breads, like the Jordan breads?
Yes and no. I'm a general fan of the color. I just honestly, and this is a hot take, like I just honestly have not traditionally been a fan of Jordan brand like silhouettes, like not until recently.
Got you.
So like,
hey man,
I got a ton of LeBron breads like from other place, but like it really wasn't until I don't say any silhouettes. The only silhouette that I really liked from Jordan brand was the one. So like I've had
my man.
Steak ones in college because that's all I could afford. So I had a pair of steak ones from one of them Chinese sites.
Hey, at least you weren't, at least you're honest.
Oh, 100%. I told people, no, these are fake, bro, because like it was my colorway. Because back then, like Nike wasn't crazy with the colorway, so
right.
In the material, so it was a canvas Jordan 1, all black, white bottoms, white Nike check, and the whole entire sneaker was canvas.
Oh, sheesh.
Like,
Canvas Oreo.
It was crazy, man. Like, I left mad comfortable. Like, I loved it. That was the only, like, Jordan in quotation mark I had.
The Dapper Dan from Japan.
Mm-hmm. Those are the only ones I had until I got a pair of Westbrooks, and I liked his shoes. And then, and those are Jordan brand, but they're not in the...
Right.
The first pair of like legit Jordans that I got that were in the line were the Jubilee 11s.
Okay. Hey, that's a hot shoe, man. I can't lie. I don't know, man.
Sneakers too, man. Like that was a legit pickup.
I just grew up like a real fat kid, and like the 11s, they just like the patent leather. I don't know, man. Like I could never. The ones have always been my favorite silhouette because of the way they fit, and because like I still don't fit well in 4s, and like I don't know, like it just makes my foot look weird in 11. It just does. I don't know. Sheesh. So I mean that takes care of my next question, because I was going to ask you how you felt about the Jordan 4 Starfish that's coming out soon, which is like this like orange Jordan 4, and it's kind of weird looking, to be honest.
I like the 13s. I think that they are coming out, not colored. Like I think those are dope. The 4, I don't know.
Yeah, see, like that's definitely more of a 13 scheme to me. Like I don't see why they like. I don't know. They do a lot of fly shit with the 4 silhouette. I can't lie. Like they do a lot of fly stuff, but they also like they will butcher the shit out of that thing too.
They just try to do too much sometimes.
Yeah.
They try to do too much.
Like the fly knit 4. Ugh.
Yeah.
Like a collapsible 4 you could put in your backpack. What the fuck is that? Like what is that? I don't know, man. So like, have you ever tried like designing your own shoes, since you're obviously a graphic designer and a shoe fan?
Not really, because
really
that geometric style of like design that never spoke to me is something that I was passionate about. Like, it just never was my thing or my interest, So like it wasn't anything I really even thought about. It was something I wanted to do. Like outside of like NikeMD or something like that, like picking color panels and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Not even like when I was a kid, like when kids would like draw their own shoe or whatever like that. Like I can't even remember ever even doing that.
Because that's what I was thinking. Because I was brainstorming some stuff, and I was like, I bet the NikeMD, he's the crazy with the graphic art. I bet he sat at the computer making crazy shoes, or at least played with the Nike ID back in the day.
That's the only thing I did. I only played with Nike ID back in the day, and then I don't think I've ever bought a pair of Nike ID shoes. The only two that I'm looking at actually right now is that I actually want to do is they put the Air Max 90s on Nike ID. I'm looking at that.
Yeah, they did.
Those pretty you haven't tried a pair of KDs, just particularly the two most recent models, man, with that Zoom shovel board. Like, those are the most comfortable shoes I've ever put on in my life outside of Adidas Boost.
Man. Yeah, no, it's crazy. Like, I don't know if I've ever actually... I mean, I think I bought like one or two pair, but it was like back in the day, like when it wasn't Nike by You, it was Nike ID. And they still like readily like kept Dunks as a silhouette because it was... We were always, me and my crew, we were always rocking custom Dunks. So
yeah, the kids ain't gonna recognize the Nike ID. They gonna know what that is.
Right, exactly. Like, so, and it's funny because like in the dunk community, you'll see like sometimes you'll see some crazy dunks, and you'll be like, I don't remember those releasing, and it was like a Nike ID that somebody barely worn and, you know, somehow ended up in like circulation. And so you end up with a one of one and it's dope as fuck. But so I was cool to see that like Nike by You brought the dunk silhouette back, but only for like 10 fucking minutes because everybody, dude, it was like out of like, I didn't even get a chance. I had like, because I can't lie, like I got real nostalgic. I'm a sucker for nostalgia, dude. Obviously, I fucking collect Pokemon and toys and all types of stuff. But like when I saw that they had put the dunk back on to customize, dude, I sat there for like a solid minute and was just like going away at different like colorways, dude. Like I'll send you some screenshots because like I even had a plan to like get like maybe 3 pairs made up of like a custom colorway that I did and like keeping one for myself and then maybe trying to like give 2 away, raffle them off, like something like that, like the Shoe Beast dunk or something like that. Because, you know, I'm such an icon. Yeah, but it just, they sold out, but I don't know. It's cool. That's something I've always done because like I'm not a big like I'm not a graphic artist by any means, but I mean like I guess I'm like, hold up, someone else is, I gotta decline that. But like I'm not like a graphic artist, but I'm fluent in like, you know, the little like apps that like, you know, you put backgrounds over this and that and you know, add shadow to it and stuff like that. I can do stuff like that, but up to a certain point I leave it to the pros. That's why I went to you for my logo. So but yeah, like the designing shoes, that was always like my favorite thing, is like designing my custom Nikes and stuff like that. So I got this question. And actually, I guess we can make this 2 questions, because you take cause for the people that are listening, this guy makes amazing edits of these beautiful models pictures, and whether a fan of theirs or the model themselves pay for it, he takes commissions. So I have to ask. And this dude's commissions are like consistently closed. If you're wondering how his business is doing, I'm just letting you know. Like every time I check his page, the bio is like commissions closed. So if you're trying to get a graphic from him, follow him and just keep up with it. What's like the craziest commission request you've got? Like, I guess we don't have to do like monetarily. We don't have to go that far into it, but like what's like the most out there, weirdest?
So like the weirdest, and like I want to put a descriptor around weirdest, because like I'm not saying this is weird generally.
Right.
I'm not trying to alienate anybody.
Right. No kink shame on this show, of course.
Furthest from my, you know, realm or my area or arena that I wrap my head around in terms of like kink and stuff like that.
Dude.
It was a trans female. I think I'm getting it right. Where he was a guy.
Yeah.
And was now a female, and wanted a banner, wanted a pricing sheet done, and wanted it like size art style. So drawing the size art style where like
Right.
she was jacking off her dick while another dude, like another tiny dude, was like waiting, for the aftermath of it, like on it. That's what she wanted to do, and like had to think about it for a minute. Normally I don't mess with explicit graphics with dudes. Like I usually don't do it. It's not, I'm not just me personally. I'm not trying to sit there and stare at that for the time it takes to make it. But then I was like, you know what? I already got a banner from me. She's been cool as heck. Tint me, did all this. So like, I'm making an exception.
There you go.
Like, she's been cool. So like, I was like, all right. And I'm telling you, man, it was uncomfortable for me, but I got it done. Did everything I needed to do. And then like, I always make everybody pay beforehand. Like,
right.
And then like, all of a sudden she just ghosted. Like I just never heard from her again. Like even when I delivered it, like she didn't say nothing. I was like, all right, cool.
Now let me ask you this: did you learn anything from the experience?
I think I learned that I have a little bit more tolerance for that stuff than I thought I did, but it's still nothing that I offer, regularly.
Right.
I think that was the biggest thing.
Because I firmly believe that like right outside your comfort zone is the learning zone. So yeah, like that. Because dude, I'll be straight up with you. I came into the. We'll get a little explicit for a second. I came into this just taking pictures of models and feet, and that was it. You know what I mean? And then I started occasionally, whenever I would be in the vicinity of a certain company, I would start filming for them. So I would just be filming like the foot fetish clips, and I would be taking like behind the scenes pictures and stuff like that, and I would, because I had the eye for the foot fetish. Well, there was a shoot that I did in Florida, and it was a few days shoot, and towards the end of the shoot, towards the end of like the 3 days, I was wrapped for the day. I had filmed I don't know how many clips through that day with how many models. Like it was crazy. We were in this stupid mansion. It was awesome. But I was wrapped for the day, and I was just chilling by the pool with the rest of the models that are done. And the owner of the company, executive producer, director, whatever you want to call it, comes up to me and like grabs me by the back of the shoulder, and he's like, "Hey, I gotta ask you a question." I'm like, "Fuck," and I like already like because I don't do any drugs or drinking or anything while I'm performing or filming or anything like that, because it totally fucks up consent and my frame of mind and stuff. So like I'd already kind of like done my thing and like smoked my little bowl and stuff like that. So I was feeling good. And so I was like paranoid. I was like, what the fuck is he about to ask me? And he was like, look, man, I'm going to be blunt with you. I know that you film like foot fetish and stuff, but I got one big scene left to film, and the camera lady just had to catch her flight back to New York. I'll throw in an extra X amount of dollars if you want to jump on it. He's like, I understand if you don't, but I could really use the help. And obviously the money was right enough, because I ended up filming like a 3-way pegging scene. Like three girls going in on one guy. It was a fucking madhouse. And then like I can remember like after I showed the footage, because the owner was off filming another scene in a different part of the house at the time. So when I had finally got done and shown him the footage on my camera, he was like, well, congratulations, you've officially filmed like some real porn. He was like, and you did really good.
That's wild,
Apparently, I'm really good with angling on pegging scenes, but but yeah, yeah, that's one of my crazier. But yeah, but I learned like a lot about like angles and stuff, and like I had to get closer than I thought I would have liked to be to get the angles that I needed to get. You feel what I'm saying? But it is what it is. You gotta pay your bills at the end of the day, and you gotta trust the process and get to where you're trying to get in your creative path, I guess. So yeah, so that was the craziest commission that you've had. Wow.
Yeah, that's the craziest one that I actually completed. Like,
that you completed.
Out there.
Oh, so there's been ones that you've just been like, nah, fam.
Yeah, there was this one that was like, you know what, man, you're gonna need to go somewhere else. And like some of the wildest conversations I had came from those, because like people get super hot when like you say no to them sometimes, man. Certain people, I should say.
Oh, dude, that's gonna be one of my next podcast episodes. Is learning how to accept the word no and not being afraid of the word no. Yeah, people get really mad when they hear no. It's terrible. But yeah, it's absolutely terrible. Like I don't know what about the literal 50% odd of you hearing no is gonna piss you off so bad. But yeah, I'm with you on that 100%. Well, man, it's been absolutely great having you on the show. I know you're busy and everything. I am gonna go ahead and wrap up. I'll definitely have you back on here again. And like we talked about earlier, we definitely need to get some type of merch collab going. I think that would be super cool, and I think the community would really like to see that. But I'm going to go ahead and let you go for now, but I hope you have a great night, and I truly appreciate you taking the time to be on the show, my friend.
Ain't no problem, man. Appreciate you having me on. Appreciate you taking the time as well, bro.
Yeah, man, go ahead and plug yourself one more time. Where can they find you? One more time.
You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at, find all my art, my graphic art, Instagram and Twitter at NikeMD _art, and you can find all my photos on Instagram. I don't have a Twitter account just for my photos, but for all my photography, it's NikeMD _photos on Instagram, and then you can find it on my website at NikeMDart.com.
This man is plugged all the way in. You hear what I'm saying? There's no excuses for you not to go check this man's art out. If you need a logo, if you're a sneakerhead and you're hearing this, you need a logo for your page. If you need anything, this man can take care of it. I'm telling you. If you see the logo that you are looking at on this cover right now, he made it. This man made it. So if you're satisfied with that, then say
that was the second one I did of those, man. I appreciate the opportunity, man. Like, I do sneaker stuff, and I do like sneaker stuff. So,
dude, it just. I was actually telling someone about you earlier today, because they had said that they commissioned someone for a graphic on Fiverr and Fiverr, however the fuck you pronounce that stuff, and I was like, man, you know what? I felt like since this dude was a sneakerhead and he was already in the community that I was in, I just wanted to keep it in the family. That's really the way I put it. So that's why, man, I knew you had the sauce and I wanted to bring it to the table straight up. And you're definitely going to see this man's art in a lot of future projects. I promise you, because we got a lot of stuff coming up. But yeah, man, once again, you have a great night. I'm going to go ahead and let you go and wrap this show up because the dog's starting to get crazy.
Okay, man. You too, bro.
All right, man. Have a good one.
All right. Peace.
Peace. So yeah, man, that was my boy NikeMD. Once again, he's an absolute amazing graphic artist. He does all types of vanilla and non-vanilla graphic art. Crazy photographer, just a very talented overall creator of things. I just love talking to creative people and getting their perspective and how they got into where they are. I did film a little bit of the beginning of this episode, so you'll probably see that. But we are very, very close to live streaming a camera with the audio for the podcast. And we're also a little bit closer to getting our guests on the show live as well. So I want you guys to please like, comment, subscribe, follow, do everything you got to do to keep this movement going, because I'm going to keep producing content. I'm going to keep getting fire guests on the show. We're going to keep talking great subjects. Man, I got crazy stuff for you guys to hear. I promise. I got stories that you guys wouldn't even believe, man. I got tattoos on my face for a reason. I promise. But I'm not going to get too much into it. But once again, like, comment, subscribe, download, do all that. Keep it going. Peace, love, all that, man. I am out.